Good morning, everybody. 2018 Kia Stinger GT. I installed the SXTH dual element catch cans a couple days ago, and I've been running them here over the weekend, and it's pretty outstanding so far. It's a really clean setup. I just wanted to do a video, not necessarily an install video, but to show you more or less how it can or should look like whenever you're finished. Because I kind of had some issues, well, not issues really, it's a super easy install, but the directions aren't entirely clear. You get a diagram of how it's set up, but the hoses appear pretty short, but once they come to you, they're actually pretty long. And I didn't actually know at the time that, like, well, I didn't really feel safe cutting hoses, so I could, if I wanted to, I could cut some of these hoses that they provide. This one's going to the intake manifold here, and here's your check valve. So this hose here, it's a little bit long. Really, you only need it to run from here to the intake manifold. So it doesn't need to be this long. Actually, reuse the stock hose here as like the second hose, but you don't need to do that. If you want to, you can cut this hose and make this replace that, and then your check valve would be separating them two. Now the thing with the check valve, you also want to make sure that the arrow right there is facing to the intake manifold. The direction of airflow is going to be going. So the other hose is looped around here, going inside and underneath. There is a little your O2 sensor. I don't know if you can see it. It's actually that right there. So this unhooks. You could just pull this. It comes right off, and then you get a little bit more room to get that hose in there. Now, something to note is when you're getting down in here, this stock hose, like this right here, this stock hose goes straight down into there, and you'll be undoing that. But the clamps that are on the hose are a real bitch. This one right here is pretty easy to get off, but down here, where this one is, that's actually not the stock clamp, obviously, but the stock clamp there is a bitch and a half to get off because it's facing downward. So you really got to get in there at an angle to remove this stock hose. But yeah, so I got these two hoses running in, and both the cans, I got one hose going straight up to here, and if you want, you can zip time however you want. I've seen multiple people do it this way. You have the other hose going beneath the pipe and the intake. It's going all the way underneath and coming out right here, and it runs on into the bracket here. And this part was a little bit difficult too, so this is another reason why I wanted to make the videos, because this hose it's pretty long, but because you have to accommodate another check valve, you have to use another hose. So again, you can cut the hose to give yourself the other hose to kind of fill the gap, but I use the stock one here. Also, because I have the Ingen Intake system, this hose actually helped out a lot, the stock hose, because this hose ends right here. So the check valve is right there, and then there's another hose there. But yeah, it's a super easy setup. I just had to change around the hoses a couple times to decide exactly how I wanted it set up. But yeah, highly recommend this catch can kit. It's super easy to get in here and remove these catch cans. From what I've read, your intake side can, you're not really going to catch all that much unless you're running some sort of tune, but the PCV can on the PCV side is going to catch more than anything. So really, you could save yourself a couple dollars and just, you know, go with the single intake or the single catch can system. But because I wanted this GT emblem here and I wanted it to look pretty sweet, I just went with the dual.